right, how are we doing, guys? Excuse the hair. I'm getting my hair braided tonight, so I just need to comb it out. But yes, we are back. So we are running back with Top Step accounts at the moment. A bit of an update. Goat Fund of Futures is no bueno at the moment with our accounts. I literally got $47 left on this account. I don't know if we can bring this back from the depths, to be honest, but we'd be needing about $1,000 on these accounts to get anywhere near where we're needing to be. So there's a bit of a Hail Mary on these accounts, to be honest. I'm going to see if I can take these on the Top Step accounts now. Looks like we are starting to push to the downside. So we've got 4 accounts of these going with just the standard, and then we've got this Express going for the consistency accounts at the moment. Obviously with the Top Step push for the payout caps being doubled, I think it makes a lot of sense to run with these accounts for now. Going with 200 risk per account, going right up until the daily loss limit on these accounts. But targeting basically the goal is to withdraw a max payout of 4K per these 4 accounts. So for what's that, 16K? And then if we can hit a payout on this account, looking for about 3,000 on those. So you can see here the target is $3,000 for these accounts. And for these other ones, I don't really have a target. Like, I mean, if we can run for, 6, 8K and get to target straight away off one trade, would love that. And then just hit the base winning days needed for a payout. That'd be ideal, but obviously not trying to force anything here. So this short looks like it's playing out quite nicely here. A 3K target will be about down here. If we can blow through all of this, just looking for that sort of 6 p.m. macro. Usually a reversal, we're at 62% retracement of this move to the downside as well. That's why I've just got this Fibonacci from the high to the low. We're at 62%. OTE, optimal trade entry sort of patterns here to the downside. So already spilled to the downside. We're down almost, I think we're at 1% for the day. Nice pullback in London. Haven't taken Asian highs, so looking for Asian lows once again to be taken, and then looking for these daily lows to be swept also. So nice push to the downside. Good that we're seeing this. This account actually might have some life on it. I'll just see and zoom out. Looking for 1,000 with just one micro. See if the market wants to give it. This account could be resurrected from pretty much drawdown. You can see our equity and obviously the drawdown level here. So we're working with about 68 bucks. Real rough on these accounts, but at least we are in some momentum on these ones here. Actually a decent spot to add in if we can push back up into here. I'm just going to keep it to an M3. I'm noticing that's like the best time for me. Keep it at M3, keeping stops at the previous M3 high. I'm just expecting further moves to the downside. We've got a swing high here, so lower high here, lower high right on either side. So expecting this to be protected and then pushing towards the downside. So closure below this pink line of this intermediate swing low will confirm that we are going to continue spilling. Just seeing what the reaction is here to this M3 SIBI. Looking for a decent push away here. So just adding in on weakness that we can see. Don't need to add in on this account right here. We're going to look at moving stops to half R if we can get to 1 R. So if we can get to 500. Shifting this back to 1 R, which is pretty much at these pink lows. When we get to the pink lows, we'll take half of the risk off on this position here. But ideally, in the next minute 20, we'd like to see a push down so we get an M3 closure respecting this. If we lose these highs, then I think we're going to keep on pushing higher, unfortunately. So stops at this high. They're equal highs, which I don't really like. But again, just going from the strategy, if we can maintain this M3 high, I think we've got a lot of room to spill to the downside. So resting at point of control right now. We've gone there once for a tap. If we can retry this and close below on an M5, I think we have the juice to spill all the way down here. So just got to be patient, wait for these M3 closures. Might play some chess in the interim as we're waiting, and then go from there. Last 20 seconds. We're just going to wait for the closure. Typically, I'm ready to go too early. We'll get some chest going as well. Trying to see where's the best spot for this. I think this seems all right. So we did respect this just on this M3 closure. Wait to see if we respect this 30-second. If we do, I'm going to add into this position. Okay, it doesn't look like it. Again, if we can not pierce these highs and then start to melt from here, this is still going to be our swing high. And stops should be protected to keep it here. No bodies closing above this gap here. It's good to see. Good reaction right there. So I'm thinking we add in to this position here. Keeping risk at like 200 max. We're going to add in for 6. And targeting ideally 1.8 like per account here. Because if we can hit 1,800 over 5 days, that's enough for max payout. But we're just going to wait and see what the market wants to do here. Not too much happening right now. Swept these equal highs before, respected this SIBI, it looks like just. No real other pockets to go for unless we're going for the value area high. If we're pushing here, we're probably going to reverse and continue pushing higher. But I think we're at a good spot, obviously at the 62% retracement to consider shorts at this price. Again, if we can respect these highs, it just adds to our confirmation here. If we get a nice closure, especially below this pink line, then that confirms and we're going to double whatever position size we have here. But for now, it's just a waiting game. We got risk defined, so not risking more than $200 per trade. And let's see how we go. Still in on this trade as well. Again, adjusting our stops if we can push down to here. Right, last minute before the M5 closure. Just play a quick game of chess while we wait. Five minutes blitz. Right, we're in. Okay. To move our knight. Yep, already read it. Still having a push, just watching these highs once again. That invalidation zone. Pushing up for these highs still, it looks like. Okay, so there's the highs taken on the other accounts. It's a rough stop, but that's all right. We are gonna go. Should we go here for this one? Watching if it's just a liquidity sweep here or whether we are actually gonna push for the highs. It's an interesting spot to push here. I ideally want us to just sweep these highs, close underneath, and look for another push below. Doesn't look like that's the case. Looks like buyers are pretty strong at the moment. Interesting play here. Oh my days. Oh dear. I'd take. Oh, that's super rough. I think this is a GG, guys. Alright, stopped out here too. Losing your chest, losing on the charts too. Yeah, tapped up into this tiny little gap here. Interesting to see if we fall from here. Okay. Alright, just watching the volume on the short side here to see if we can get it. Expected that. Last minute here. Alright, and the checkmate. Rough. We'll get the chest out the way. Down 500 this account, down 500 on these. So down 500 on both. Not too bad. About half of the amount we can afford to lose here on these accounts. Really looking for a change in market structure now. Had a lot of people come out with volume in terms at these key levels. Again, around that sort of 62 retracement. Wonder if it's just a liquidity sweep and then looking to push down. Check on these charts here too now. M15 tap. We do have some equal highs resting about here, which have just been swept prior. M15 is about to close as well. Still bouncing off point of control, so that's interesting to note. But we haven't really gone anywhere from this 4 a.m. New York time open. We get a swing failure here. We close back underneath these highs. I'm still interested in shorts, to be honest. Let's go with the one. And this is our more aggressive account. Take one here as well. Drop risk to $100 now, so we can afford about 3 or 2 micros here now. Looking for a push past this, invalidating this Bissy. Want us to close below here. Green light us for a little bit more to add. And if not, if we get stopped out again, then we are going to flip long here. So it's my rule, we'll try a direction twice. If we get stopped out twice on that, then we're flipping to the other side. And just keeping the risk as small as possible with one micro. Push past these lows we'll be expecting now. There we go. Nice, just need another bearish closure on this M3. So if we see that, we'll probably scale in pretty heavy on this position. Again, expecting all of this to be swept. But we're just gonna have to wait for an extra minute and 25 seconds. Looking good so far. Pushing potentially into profit shortly here. Again, just need a bearish closure on this M3. Expecting to be stopped out. I've been reading Larry Williams' new book on trading. I'll have to find the title. Incredible book. Just mindset shifts for trading. And I think he talks about like expecting, rather than expecting your TP to be taken, expect your stop loss to be taken every single trade. And that prevents you from over leveraging so much because you're expecting to be stopped out. So if I take this 29.50 loss, that's fine. It's still under the amount. We're going right up until the 1,000. So 1.5 on this account and then 1,000 for the daily loss limit on these ones. So expecting to be stopped out here. I'm not putting a TP for now. That's, I think, the best way to organize your trades because then your risk management is going to stay on point. Let's say in this last 20 seconds or so, if we can get a bunch of sellers to jump in, push this to the bearish side, we're going to add pretty heavy on the size. So let's see here if bears want to get involved. Okay, I don't mind that. Body's still not wanting to close above this previous high. So good to see. Just want to see this low taken now, and ideally we close bearish. Until we see that, I'm not going to scale in. I'm not going to add into the position. It's going to keep everything as is. Again, expecting that we are going to be stopped out. That's why the risk is so low. But looking good so far. Just wanting these lows swept now and disrespecting this BISI. As soon as we start disrespecting BISIs and taking lows, we have the confirmation to start hunting for short-term moves. Bit of volume coming into the downside would be nice too. If we can start having some volume higher than these up close candles, we're good. But again, just getting ready to flip if we are taking these highs with momentum. Just going to continue this upward trend and not fight that. Slow market today, man. Not seeing that usual volatility we're seeing at like the 4 a.m. open, which is interesting. This whole week has sort of been like that. Even 9:30 open, we've just been sort of ranging up one direction, back the other. So interesting to see here. Exposure above point of control. Alright, not taking this high is another good sign. We could take it now, but yeah, if we can push again back below this low with some volume added, we're okay for bear moves. We push up with volume, then we're flipping long. Okay, good that buy volume is starting to drop here now. Could still take these highs, but from what we're seeing, we are seeing lower amounts of buys still continuing at this range here. So just need to see some sellers with volume up to these levels for extra confirmation. Okay, nice rejection. Just need volume and a push down. Waiting. Hardest part of trading, really. But where all the money's made in just the patience. If we can close bearish here, we've already got more volume than the previous candle. We just need a bearish closure. If we close bullish, you're more than likely expecting this to be taken. I don't mind that. Don't mind that closure. Alright, stop that. Checking on a higher time frame. If we're going for anything else, like everything's filled all here. So if we're pushing past all of this, it does feel like we might go for these highs. I don't see it personally. I think after yesterday's reaction and even this morning spilling down, I still want to see a short-term move here with all of this run up to no pullbacks whatsoever. So yeah, again, respecting this here too. I want to see short, I really do. But yeah, I'm just gonna not fade. We're just gonna wait. Wait for these next few candles, man. Interesting spot. Alright, there it is. Waiting for the closure. Still got 2 minutes here, so we've got a bit of time on this M3. We can start closing towards these lows, then yeah, I think this is our reversal point. Stop at this point. At a lower high here. Higher high, and lower high right here. So what we're anticipating, we just need to see the closures down towards these levels here. Some volume as well in an M1 would be nice to see to the downside. And then, yeah, we're jumping in short. All right, nice. Go back to our M1. Again, just want to see volume really at these levels to the downside. Label this for our market structure shift. Okay, nice. Beautiful. M5 just closed as well. Well, that's not helpful. Last 30 seconds here. And if this gets eaten up, then ideas off the table. Okay, interesting spot. I like the bearish closure. If we can revisit these lows, then I think we jump in for 1 micro. Need this low taken. Patience, man. Patience pays. So basically why I'm wanting this low taken is I don't want us to use this as like a bit of support and then we push back up and keep going higher. If we can take this low better, if we can close below the low, then that gives us a green light for continued movement to the downside. Again, volume's like more important rather than just taking these lows. Really want to see sellers actually stepping involved here. Do we see that? Just keep the hands, sit on our hands. Taking the low. Still no volume to the downside here. Really need to see some displacement as well. So to confirm that we are actually switching to the downside, what we'd ideally love to see is a fat candle like this, another fat candle like this one just closing underneath, pull back into here, and then continuation. Not really seeing that for now, and just learning that like not taking a trade is still a trade. That's cool. You don't have to force it every single time. And it's also speculation for me. So a lot of the times, like I'll just say, well, it kind of has to, or I'm expecting it to. I'll get into a short, no closure, rebounds, we close up here, and then I don't get out of the position and just watch this thing absolutely run for the hills. Let's wait last minute here before we make any decisions. If we get a closure below this pink line, we're going to start looking for shorts. If we bounce back and look for closures up here, I think we just stay on the long side. That's where the momentum's been, and we could continue to push higher. Last 30 seconds here. All right. Wow. And buyers just want to hold on. So let's go for a long. Let's push for longs here. Stops at this low. Keeping risk at 200. Looking good so far. Long here too. Where are we going to get out? More than likely at the value area high. So Asian highs right here. I don't know if we're going to trace from here. Potentially look at new day opening gap fill as well. If we want to push past. We got value area high resting here. So not liking that too much. I still want shorts ultimately long term. So if we are going to get stopped out here and close below this pink line, looking to go pretty aggressive on the downward move here. But I'm just trading what the market's showing me. And for now, we're not wanting to go lower. We want to go higher. And so I'm not going to fight that until proven otherwise. And just keeping risk super low, super low. So we can take as many entries really as we need to. Like if I'm taking $30 losses and we've got sort of 500 to work with, I mean, that's more than 10 trades that we can try and run this for. So And all we need is one to hit. Once we can start absolutely motoring and we've got a tight risk to reward, that's essentially what I go for in my strategy. So nice. Looks like we rejected, but we're straight back down here, which isn't a good news for longs. Fine, stopped out. That's cool. Just going to wait for the closure. Again, we want to see that closure below this pink line. And then we're going in pretty heavy here. So waiting to see that. Last few seconds. Looking good. Volume starting to pick up now. Getting to these levels that we had prior. Good to see. Looking for a closure here. We're getting ready here, guys. About to load up. I'm going to risk 250 on this move to the downside here. Stops at this high. Nice push. So always start with just one micro because I don't know what risk is going to be. So I have 5 times risk, so I can add up to 5 contracts here. Looking for 4. Waiting to see some further movement to the downside here. Beauty. I'm going to risk 500 on this account just because I can be a little bit more forgiving. About 500 we're going to risk. Again, targeting, so 3.6k we're going to need for our target on this account. So just aiming for about 6k per day. Sorry, 3k, not 6k, as our target. So all in all, like again, if we draw our Fibonacci back out, we've pushed a little bit higher than I would have liked, being completely honest, but draw our Fib from this high to this low for today, we're at the 62% retracement level and just hovering around. We haven't really exploded past. We got the value area high as well on an M30, which we've just hit. So all in all, good signs to continue going lower here. I don't know what I've just deleted. ICT. It looks pretty crazy with all the volume profile stuff hanging around, but all in all, we're starting to see a drop now, which is good to see. Just need this to hold for this M5, and we just need to see displacement following through to the downside. Good start closing above this, below this, I mean. Now we just need this closure for the ultimate confirmation that we are going to swing. So if we can get below here, we'll look to add in once again. But for now, again, just expecting to be stopped out. So I'm not even focused. I'm not worried about TP. I'm not worried about where price is going to go. I'm just focused on this number first, monitoring and keeping this in check. I like this. Volume starting to pick up too here, which is good. Just need a flush now and would like to see volumes at these levels that we've seen prior. I like this volume, even though we've closed bullish, volume is still lower than the previous down close candle that we had. Might be going just to fill in some inefficiencies and then expecting this low to be taken here now with higher volume than this candle. Again, just like pre-planning what you expect to see, and then if the market actually confirms that, then adding into your positions and whatnot. And just looking for ideally closure below this line, but even if we can take the low, it indicates that we want to push lower. So that's enough for me. That's all I need to see. Nice M5 push, closure here as well. Body's not closing above the highs that we've made here too. On a lower time frame. Don't like that all of this is filled. Wouldn't want us to be pushing back up to these levels, to be honest. We just want to see a continuation to the downside. Our intermediate swing high here, so lower high on either side. So this one should be protected. If we lose it, we're going to keep pushing. If we take this high, I'm going to jump off. One, we're not really seeing too much movement, and two, it's a few losing trades in a row, so I'm going to reset. But still like our initial analysis, still like our initial plan. M3 is really just going to be where everything is decided upon, but yeah, want to see a bearish closure here, ideally with, again, more volume. If we close bullish, but volume is still lower than this candle, I don't mind that either. But ultimately, what we want to see is this fold, go bearish with more volume than here. Last minute here. Bez is still winning this tug of war just slightly. Might have spoken too soon. Wait for 10 seconds to be able to confirm. Okay, I like this. Even though it's a bullish closure, again, volume is lower and it's not a convincing bullish closure, like kind of just dojied. Still respecting this Sibi in here too. So I'm liking this position so far. I'm just going to duck to the toilet real quick. I'm going to let the trade do what it needs to do. If it gets stopped out, it is what it is. We've accepted the risk as is, and we'll go from there. But I'll be right back. Oh, might not even need to. Okay. I like when you see that, when like the candle moves very, very quickly without anything happening. It just means a lot of orders have been filled at a specific time. You can see here, obviously, on the volume. We've still maintained this high for now, but we've created equal highs. So more than likely, we might get ran through here. We can invert, close down below here. That's what we'd love to see, but let's wait and see. The toilet can wait. Last minute. All right. Accepting we're more than likely going to be wrong on this one. Yep. And stopped out. All right. Well, I think that's going to do for this London session. We're not getting much movement. We're kind of just hovering around this range. Optimal conditions aren't too good. And we're getting to that territory over trading. So not the best start for these accounts. All running a bit low. I'm not sure what's going on here. I think we just need to refresh it. Yeah, there we go. Took the loss there too. So yeah, not the greatest start. Rough conditions. It does look like longs are just going to continue carrying this thing. So unlucky. It is what it is. And I hope you guys have a good weekend.